And welcome back yet again to Myth Machine and World in Flames 5th edition with Days of Decision 3 cobbled together with duct tape and chewing gum. France has survived again. This is what we're zoomed in on. It's November, December 1940 and France is still alive. I attribute this to terrible die rolls for the Germans in certain particular moments, particularly the air-to-air combat with French and British air defenses, and the really weird weather roll from Leicester. Germany has expanded its bridgehead into France, but not to the point of breaking France yet. The clock is ticking. Reims is now on the front, threatened from several directions, but British aircraft keep pounding the German positions along the coast. At sea, the Atlantic War has widened a bit. We saw German submarines sinking or damaging a convoy and transporting Norwegian goods to the British Isles, so that has been cut off. It wasn't a huge loss economically for the UK, but every convoy line is precious. Likewise, the Italians managed to attack and sever British convoys carrying Cypriotic resources. In China, it was just storm last turn, or really bad weather. No attacks allowed, just muddy, double the movement points for moving for everyone. So the Chinese lines are still holding. And that is where we are. It is time for the politicians to take their turn in November, December 1940. And I think Germany is starting to feel a bit stressed out by the whole haven't destroyed France yet. We will see how this will end up, won't we? Alright, we have some bids here coming in from my preparations. And some are bidding higher than others. Let's see now. China bids 1 as usual, plus 0, ends up, yeah, probably there. So it's 1. Japan bids a 1 as usual, plus 1, gives them 2. Italy bids 1 plus 2, gives them 3 points in total. And then we have Commonwealth bids 1 plus 2, gives them 3. They will be going ahead of Italy though, because of much higher political efficiency. We have France also bidding the 1 plus 4, gives them 5 in total. Then we have the Soviets bidding 9 plus 3, gives them 2. We have Germany bids 10 plus 3, gives them 13. And then the US with an insane bid of 15 plus 1 gives them 16. So the US will definitely go first. There's elections in the US, and that might be why they are bidding crazy like that. It's just gonna... We said 15. So that is going to be all the bid points and a lot of money. So now we're at minus 13 money here. But the US goes first. And as such, it's going to play Government Falls, IPO 10, which costs another $1. It means that Roosevelt will remain in office. This was very important for the Americans, no doubt. Alright, the US holds presidential election. Roosevelt seeks another mandate. The American people have gone to the polls in an election overshadowed by war abroad and uncertainty at home. President Franklin D. Roosevelt seeks another term at a moment when the United States remains formally outside the conflict but increasingly committed to military expansion and support for the democratic powers. The result will determine far more than domestic politics. A Roosevelt victory preserves the present course of gradual mobilization and growing involvement in world affairs. America is not yet at war, but the man chosen to lead it may decide whether that will remain true or not. We don't see the US stepping up to take charge of politics very often. And next turn, the US will in fact be able to gear up. So I have a feeling that we'll see a bit more radical bids by the US, but this was important. The US now is allowed to activate a minor power. But which one? Which one indeed? To activate Ireland. Siam. There's no point in activating Siam. The US can activate Siam, Spain, Portugal, Persia, Norway, Ireland, Iraq. Can we activate Iraq? 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 Yes, we can. I think that is actually the best idea because Iraq has a -2 to the Commonwealth. So if we activate that, we make sure that Iraq does not move towards the Axis side. It's still deeply in the neutral zone. American diplomats in Baghdad feast the local government and conduct a very effective, unofficial, social trust type of campaign, informal campaign, guaranteeing the Iraqis that, no, of course the Commonwealth will not be bad for you, your eminences. And this type of campaign proves to be successful. Alright, it's a 1 or a 2 when the turn ends, and Germany is just staring at that thing and hopes that it doesn't. And we rolled a 6, so it didn't. Look at that. Germany gets to do the thing that they wanted to do last time. And let's have a look at the bid. What I said, Germany bid 10 points, which is an awful lot of points. That is 6 bid points and 4 money. And Germany is going to play Waffen-SS Corps created. And that will cost 6 money because it's expensive. So now Germany's down to -10. That was expensive. But it had to be done because those elite units have been out of the field for too long. So, place 1 SS unit in the force pool now, and 1 at the start of each following year. This will create a little bit of US entry tension, in fact. Let's have a look at that, shall we? Germany, it's 40-41, so it's 3, that's 4 in total. Okay, we go over here. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1, 2. There we go. US entry against Germany is now a 30, which is more than it was. Some minor countries will react to this. Maybe. Belgium doesn't exist. Czechoslovakia doesn't exist. Finland a +1. That's very welcome. That neutralizes the -1. This doesn't exist. Poland doesn't exist. Portugal +1. Portugal +1. Words are difficult sometimes. What are words? Nobody knows. Romania +1. Like to see that. Spain -1 and Yugoslavia -1. Well, the Yugoslavia one doesn't matter. Yugoslavia is already at war with us in Germany. With Germany. Why am I saying us? I'm not biased towards anyone here. Okay, one SS unit goes into the force pool right now. I think these are... Where's my SS units? Okay, so they are here. I'm just going to shuffle, and then we'll see if I get an SS unit or not. Let's go. That's an SS unit. Okay. So that one goes into the force pool right now. I'm going to shuffle it, and you know what? I have a feeling that Germany will be building armor very soon, and then next turn we get another one. Okay, Germany is going to activate a minor country. Which minor country, we might ask? Hungary is... Italy needs to dissolve its alliance with Hungary. But we're good with Hungary right now. We don't want to bother them. We have... The thing with Turkey is that it's already very far away from all the allies. Let's see. France. 1, 2, 3, 4... 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it would go there, wouldn't it? I don't like that. Commonwealth is over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So it's pretty much as far away as it can get. So we can't really use those. Bulgaria is likewise. -3 to France. I guess we could use that. Ish. But... limited value, really. Don't like the Swedish situation here either, because it's -4 to Germany. So it would just move along up there. Gotta activate something. Could activate Persia just to get rid of the ones to Commonwealth and the US. It's almost like a lot of neutral countries have been absorbed into the war already. Let's see what we can do with Ireland, if anything. So we need a +3 to Ireland to get it into the sphere. We have a -4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's a thing we can do. And then +2 to Germany moves it over here. Ireland is realigning towards the dictatorship side. Unfortunately, Ireland doesn't have any resources or units, so we're not getting any monetary gain out of this. Ireland is not involved in the war. Let's see now. One faction from your major power. You gain the you may use any resources in red factories. Yeah, so there's no difference at all in practice. It's just very good friendships between the German and Irish governments at this point. Clearly, Ireland is choosing this because they hate the Commonwealth, which, you know, historical reasons. That was not a die roll to end the turn. You use the black die here, and then we have to roll a 1, 2, or a 3 to end the turn, don't we? So, let's go. And the turn doesn't end at all. So, it is the Soviets' turn. And the Soviets will declare that formal war on the Baltic states that it hasn't done until now. So it's a bid 9 points. that is 0, and then -5, and then 3 money. So, plenty of news coming out of news agencies today. Berlin releases new elite formations for frontline service. The German government has formally authorized the expansion of the Waffen-SS into a major combat arm, releasing elite infantry and armored formations for operational service. The decision comes nearly a year later than many within the German command had hoped. Germany's campaign has consumed men and material at an alarming rate, while repeated failures to break France have exposed the need for fresh, highly motivated formations capable of sustaining difficult offensive operations. Berlin presents the new corps as proof that Germany still possesses reserves of strength. The armies facing France may soon have new troops with which to prove it. Meanwhile, Moscow closes the Baltic question. The Soviet government has formally declared that war on the Baltic states, completing the political process surrounding military operations already carried out across the region. Soviet troops occupy key territory, and the western approaches to Leningrad have been pushed outward, creating what Moscow describes as a necessary defensive buffer. With the Baltic issue now formally settled, Soviet diplomacy gains room to maneuver elsewhere. Romania, Finland, and the Balkans may be next to feel Moscow's attention. So, this is 1940, it's an 8, and we add the Baltic states to that, which is a 1, so it's 9, so it's 10 in total. So we'll have 59. Whoop. I believe it ends up on a -2, and I think that will drop. I'm gonna have to get back to this. Second. Sorry about that. We just have a moment here of technical difficulty. That should be solved. Now-ish, I think. Okay. Let's see if I have solved it correctly. I think I have. Oh, come on. Really? I haven't? Okay, I'll have to solve it post. In post. That's very annoying. Sorry about that. It's like technical malfunction on my spreadsheet here. Anyhow, Baltic states, we can do the war effects on minor powers. That's what we can do. Alright, Austria doesn't exist, Baltic states don't exist. Bulgaria +2. Why did you do that, machine? Just jumping around like that. Let's do Baltic states. Yeah, it's just a Bulgaria +2 on that one, as far as I can tell. Yep. Bulgaria +2. So it's now a +3. Look at that. Bulgaria is eager to join the Internationale, it seems. I'm not sure the Germans like that much. Czechoslovakia doesn't exist. Finland does exist. -2. That's actually -5 in total, which makes complete sense. And we already had a -1, so now Finland is at a -6, which is exactly what the Germans want for Finland. Because that means that Finland will be at a very much ready to jump into negotiations with Germany, I think. We have a... It's right on the border here. 3 points to get over, and then 2 more points, so it's gonna get very close. An alliance with Germany is definitely closer as a result. Finland... We have Hungary a -1. We have Persia a +1. Poland doesn't exist. +1 to Persia. Are they looking to sell more oil? I think. Poland doesn't exist. Romania does exist. So Romania -2. Which is also quite welcome for the Germans. Sweden -1. And another -3, so that's a -4 to Sweden. Puts it to a -3 in total. I'm sure the Allies can manipulate that in some fashion to their advantage. It's just increasingly likely. Right now, Sweden, the modifiers for Sweden is just, we hate everybody. That's what the situation is. Everybody's just so warlike. Turkey -1. What do we have here? Sweden -3, Turkey -1. Yeah, it's just a -1 there, which puts us to a total of -2 for Turkey against the Soviets, which is very welcome for the Germans. The potential to realign Turkey again, and then Yugoslavia +2, which doesn't really matter because Yugoslavia is it's aligned already. Alright, that was it. The Soviets get to activate a minor country. Can we activate Hungary in such a way as to move it away from Germany? -7. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think it can take one more step away, basically. And, oh, it only has a -1 to the Soviets, so that's not going to push it. The -7 to France could push it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, no, it can't. So, never mind that one then. -2 to Romania we don't like. -6 to Finland. Can we move Finland in such a way as to avoid it going into the Axis? I don't think so. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Nope, it would have to go into The Axis pool. Don't like that. Turkey -2. Can we manipulate Turkey to move in such a way as to get it away from the Axis? Let's have a look. Not impossible. Alright, so it has a -2 like everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So moving it there actually cuts it off, gets it back in. Oh, but it's -3, isn't it? France, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So it'd have to go back up that way. Yeah, no, that's not good. That is not good. Too many minuses right now with Turkey. We would just move closer to Germany from France. We have Romania. Bulgaria is interesting, actually. Let's have a look at Bulgaria. Might be able to do something with Bulgaria here. Bulgaria is in between the communist and fascist camps. A +3 to the Soviets marches it over here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's going to move there. And then no more. That's all we get. It's moving away from the democracies and a little bit closer to the Soviet side, which the Soviets appreciate, but it's not close enough yet for it to actually... There's a little bit left to get there. It's a step, it's a step. Alright, let's see if the turn ends. It is now a 1, 2, 3, or 4. And roll a 5, so the turn does not end, and France gets to do a thing. France has an alliance with Romania already. Let's see. How much money do we have in France? We bid... I believe it was a single point. So we have 1 bid point left. We could afford to do some funky things. Like joining Romania into the war on the Allied side. Because it's right there. The minor is on your side until it is conquered, or you're no longer at war with any MP, after which you place its marker anywhere back on the display. All guarantees of this minor are cancelled. I think we're gonna go to Funky Town and throw Romania into the war. Because why not? Alright, Romania's gonna join the war on the French side. That is an earthquake. Definitely. Does that mean that Germany has to conquer these miners before it conquers? Anyway, let's go. I need to check some rules later on, because if this is the case, then Germany might need to destroy Yugoslavia and Romania first before taking out France. I don't know what's happening in this game, my friends. I have no idea. But it's a unique game. I did not see it coming to this for a single bid point. So to do all countries as per treaty chart, and then all the negatives is another -1. So make a treaty with Romania is US entry 3. So that's 4 for France. And we have -4 to Bulgaria. We have, what else do we have? Romania, Czechoslovakia doesn't exist. Greece is a +1. That will now be a +2. -4 to Hungary, which is already at a -7, so it's now a -11 to France. Where was it? Oh, here. Sorry. Just needing some coffee again. Hungary. Poland doesn't exist. Romania +3. Which doesn't matter because we're moving it from the thing. And then +2 to Yugoslavia, which also doesn't really matter because Yugoslavia is already involved there. Okay. So that is that, and what else did we have? Apply war chart if implicated, not according to there. Apply 2 times treaty chart. Okay then, so we didn't do that yet. 2 times treaty chart. Romania was 3, so it's going to be 3 more. So we're going to have, there we go. Okay, so now we have managed to make everything functional. Let's see, so we can get all the correct numbers in here on the US entry. We have all that correct, and France should be at a 60, which means that we now have 21 effective US entry against Germany, -28 against Italy, and 13 against Japan. This is the one good thing for Germany right now. The US just don't care about Europe. Clearly the Europeans can deal with their own stuff. France gets to activate a minor country. Can we move Bulgaria in such a fashion? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, we cannot. It's just going to move away like that, which is kind of useless. To us. Can we move Greece? Is Greece still... Yeah, Greece still is smack dab in the center. Again, we can't do much good with Turkey. Sweden. Well, let's see what we can do about Sweden, shall we? It's all negatives here for Sweden. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Ah, but see, I want to be smarter than that. So we can move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We can move it here with that Soviet marker. And then we can move it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 2 points. But unfortunately it costs 3 points to step the next one. Okay, so we don't do that now. Commonwealth. 1 step like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can make it go there, and then there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yes, that works. And Sweden is then very close indeed to join the Allied camp. So now there is both Yugoslavia and Romania. I'm going to put them both on the French flag because they have joined in the war. Paris turns to Bucharest as the Balkan balance shifts. The French government has opened negotiations for a formal alliance and joining in with Romania, seeking to strengthen the democratic position in southeastern Europe, while France itself remains under grave military pressure. The stakes are considerable. Romanian resources could prove badly needed economic support for the Allied effort. But yeah, the Little Entente has been successful, and Germany's not going to get any of these resources anytime soon, clearly. Alright. Let's roll to see if the turn ends. This has been a dramatic political shift. 2, 3, 4, 5. Turn does not end. Commonwealth gets to act. Huh. London holds its political reserve. The British government has chosen not to pursue a major diplomatic initiative this season, with France still fighting for survival, convoy losses mounting, and military commitments stretching from the Atlantic to Africa and India. London has elected to conserve both money and political influence. The decision reflects patience rather than inactivity. So London bid a single point and place a 0G. To get all the political efficiency, right? We have 6 times 3. That's 18. So now we have 24 bid points. So next turn, London does whatever it wants. It gets to activate a minor country. Which one, though? Don't want to activate Persia, that's silly. Don't want to activate Portugal just to remove the +1. We can't do too much with Hungary, we've already checked that out. There's more animosity towards France now, so maybe Hungary could actually move somewhere. Let's have a look. So Hungary is right here. France is right there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It can take one step, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It cannot take a step backwards. -1 plus. Okay, so that's useless for now. We cannot activate Hungary for any particular games at all. I had checked that before and I completely. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, so that is not at all how that was supposed to be. That's a bunch of minuses. There we go. Thank you. How about Siam? +1. I want more pluses on Siam. Thank you very much. +1. Yeah. +1 doesn't do anything. We need to have a +2. Oh, enormous difference. Bulgaria -4. France. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I guess we move like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it has to go 9. And that's 9 too, so it has to go there. Is there any point in doing that? I don't feel like there's any point in doing that. We're running out of miners to activate here, folks. Guess just activate Portugal. Whoop. Done. Alright, it's 1 to 5 again because Britain went with 0G. And the turnettes. There we go. So, Italy bid the 1 gains 3 points to its bid point total. And who else? Japan gains 1. And China doesn't gain anything. Because +/-1 as always. So that was it. Political turnover. Oh. Wow, 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 wow. Reinforcement stage. I can't believe that Romania is joining the French. But here we are. This is supposed to be an Axis minor. But that's not how it turned out in this game. It's gonna get so confusing. We're gonna remove these for now. Look at them. They have aircraft. Some infantry. Thing is, Romania doesn't share a border with Germany. It does share a border with Yugoslavia, so its troops could, and they have even a tank corps here, could storm into Yugoslavia to support that effort. The insanity of this situation. The absolute abject insanity of this situation. But that has denied Germany some minor units from coming in on Germany's side. So, major coup right there. Good job, allies. Alright, we have reinforcements coming in Asia. We have another destroyer group laid down, ready to be put into the keels for the Japanese destroyers there, and another battleship. Could it be Yamato? Yes, it is. And we have some aircraft and the Chinese communist unit coming in. Japanese aircraft is another fighter. There, and another naval bomber. I can put it here. Japan now has plenty of naval bombers. And one nice day, they might just decide to militarize the marshals. Who knows? Meanwhile, another communist army, the 6th Communist Army, is mobilized in Lanzhou. On the European map, there is some German infantry coming in. There is, oh look at that, an American destroyer group coming in. Which means that we now have enough destroyers on the east coast to take up some patrolling there. Not that it's needed at the moment, because there are no submarines there. But we'll put it there anyway. We also have German Luftwaffe. We have French infantry, 2 of them, plus Pétain. And 2 Commonwealth units coming in, as well as a Home Guard and an Australian tactical bomber, which we're going to put in Australia, obviously. It has space in Darwin. Darwin is now an absolutely enormous military base, where the military population far outstrips the civilian population. And the rest of these units will be placed on a map like so. Pétain in Paris, no less. Because obviously. And then we have 2 infantry corps, 2 French infantry corps. I think we're gonna put them in Vichy, actually. Vichy or Lyon, perhaps. So they can come up here and plug some gaps. We have a Home Guard unit for London. Men with broomsticks. Very dangerous stuff. Canadian Infantry Corps, very much needed on the Western Front against Germany, France, and South Africans that I'm sure will be very welcome in the African theater in Egypt. And also we have the Malaya and the Queen Elizabeth battleship group arriving now to join the British forces. Let's see now, do we have a transport here? Yes, we do. Excellent. So I'm going to put that there together with the transport so both can activate at the same time. For the Germans, we have 2 infantry corps. And I'm thinking of putting them in Vienna here. We also have Luftwaffe. Plenty of it. And I'm going to put that in Cologne for now. Alternately, I'll put the fighters in Saarbrücken, actually. Okay. So that is it for all the reinforcements in November, December, I believe. Except this guy. 6'5" armored army that we will put in Odessa for now, maybe. We are gonna roll for initiative. Let's go. +1 to the allies, and they have a reroll. That is 3-3. The allies had, I believe, yes, they had initiative last turn, but they have +1, so they get 4, so they get the initiative, and the Germany cannot do anything about that. So, Allied initiative it is. We roll for weather. It's a 1. And if I recall correctly, there's like a -1 modifier. Yes, there is. So, it's an absolutely atrocious weather turn yet again. It would be a 0 if I could roll a 0, but I couldn't. So, we have severe winter in the Arctic Circle, winter in the Arctic and the temperate, mud in the Mediterranean, clear in the subtropical and north monsoon, and monsoon in the south monsoon. 5 steps between each side and 1 attack in China. Very well then. That is what we have there. Resource transportation segment. Yes, that is a thing. We like to transport some resources here. But I don't know if we're actually going to flip any convoys for this purpose. France needs the resources from Yugoslavia and Romania. It's 4 of them all together. 6 of them all together. And we could use British ships for that purpose. It can be traced through Yugoslavian port there, Athens there, Salonika here. So it's possible to get them out. But that would require 2 convoys taking up those duties, and yeah, we don't really have that. We have a shortage of transports in Britain. And France doesn't have that either. France needs to build transports. How long is this war going to take? I don't know, but I don't know that I want to. I could use this transport for the purpose. Then the South African is going to take forever to get to the front lines. And I don't know that we have forever. France currently is building for 10. So those 6 resources would really come in handy. And built for 14. France should have built more transports, quite clearly. I have the hiccups. 1 convoy unit comes in next turn. And we'll have another transport coming in over there. Okay. I guess I'm going to use this one then. Not that I like it, but I will. And I'll put that one there. And that will help transport those. Unfortunately, 2 of them are not coming because they would have to be. Let's see now. Only 2 resources can be traced this way because we have that minor port in Yugoslavia only. So I guess it's better to put the convoy here. Then we get the Cypriot resource, and we get through the Greek ports 4 resources. So 4 resources to France, which means 4 more build points, and another resource to the Commonwealth, but they're already at max production, so. Alright. Action phases, isn't it? Just time for that. Axis action segments. Alright. Let's go. We will have... What will each of our allied countries do? It's winter everywhere. Yay. These guys can't be out here, because if they were out here, they would be down here, because it's a new turn. There we go. Same thing goes here and here. Thank you very much. Since we now have a convoy out here, I think we want to do some protection of various convoys, and we want to get our transports going as well. So let's do a naval with the British. Never happened before. Bop. Transport here will go 1, 2, 3, 4. And we will have convoys on guard. We will send out the Doomstack into the Med to keep Italy bottled up properly. You know what, if we're gonna keep Italy bottled up properly, then the Doomstack should definitely go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Army starts up there. Glorious and courageous. From here we can do report attacks and future impulses. And we'll just let France handle the Western Med. I'll just put... There we go. Now Italy is properly bottled up. And over in the Pacific, we will bring... This is an excellent tactical bomber, by the way, for being British. So am I bringing the tactical bomber, or will I need that against the Japanese one fine day? You know, I'm gonna bring the infantry. So 1, 2... 1, 2, 3, 4. Apparently. It's a long way to go. I'm gonna put 1 destroying group with that transport there, just in case. Just in case. There are still German subs up there. We never know. For the French, we have winter in the temperate zone, which means no invasions allowed. Aircraft tactical and strategic factors are halved. HQs have 1 movement point. Land attacks is -1. Supply range reduced by 1 hex. That is actually going to help the Germans somewhat, I think. The Canadians are not allowed to move because the British did a naval. But we have other units who are allowed to move. 1, 2, 3. This is exactly what Germany did not want, by the way. And 1, 2. Why am I doing that? So it's here. 1, 2. Okay, like that. 3. We're getting closer to Paris. We're not in Paris yet. But we do want that 7-3 in Paris and nowhere else. So now we have a little bit of a backup there. And the Syrians then go 1, 2, 3, of course. And no, it's a -1 on shift. But yeah, they are not allowed to attack because they're not. Yeah. I was tempted to go and attack this 8-4, but with the British doing a naval and a -1 odds shift and tactical factors held because of the winter, there's not much point. We are doing a land though, so we can move further units. One here. And let's throw in the Romanians. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. Oh, no, but there's a... Where are the Romanians drawing supply? They're drawing supply from Romania, aren't they? I don't think they can draw supply. These guys would be horribly out of supply, wouldn't they? I think they can just draw supply from Belgrade, but 1, 2, 3 hexes only. They can't from Zagreb because that's a small city. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, something like that. Aircraft rebase. We have one of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. France, land. 1, 2, 3. This is insane. Okay. I think we are done there. Which can't do anything else. They're doing a naval. The Soviets are just getting out. They don't have all their white prints are in Siberia. China has 2 moves. Yes, here we can actually do moves. Using the Soviet movement limit. Slip. Flip. And flip. All of them are flipped, but now we have, I believe, a stronger line this winter. Xi'an will hold for a little bit longer. And I think that is basically it for now. How many units did we move with the Chinese? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, yeah, so we have 2 more units we could move with the Soviets. 1, 2, 3. This is a line, isn't it? 1, 2. So that's all we can do with the Soviets for now. Okay, I think that is the first impulse completed for the Allies. Strengthening lines everywhere. Axis impulse. The Japanese, as always, will do a combined. Everybody's very surprised, right? Are you surprised? Tell me you're surprised. There are no actual infantry. There's actually no infantry coming in to the Chinese front right now. Alright, the Japanese. Naval actions. None, because there is no possibility of any shore bombardment right now. Ground strike phase. Tactical factors help. Not necessarily, because we're talking here the subtropical zone. And in the subtropical zone, we have clear. So here, the Japanese can go wild. Chang has solid defense here, 9 points. 8 points. 8 points, but that's a stronger defense anyway. But here it's gonna be halved because of the forest. So it would be a 1. I will try. Let's go. And that means air combat. 1, 2. Ah, can't get there. 1, can't get there. Really? Okay, so no, we're not doing this. Impulse. We want to have, we need to rebase the aircraft so we can actually get fighter cover properly. Okay, good point, good point. My bad. So we will do some shuffling and stuff like that. It's impulse then. Aircraft rebase phase. Japan can rebase. How many? I should know this by heart, but I don't. 2 units to rebase during the aircraft rebase phase, and put 1 there and 1 there. That is 2 units rebased. Strategic movement. We don't really have many of those. Land movement. Okay. Do we have any strategic movement? Not really. So land movement then. And what is the weather? That is the north monsoon. And the north monsoon is, I think it's clear. Yep, it's clear. Okay, so Yamashita gets there after such a long time stuck in the mud. And we have the 7-4, which also gets there. A quick step. And we have a 6-3, which I'm going to move there. And that's as far as we get with those guys. We do want to do that bombing run against this position, so we're not going to do any attacks yet. And 3 moves is all we got, so no land combat this impulse. Italy! Oh, Italy. I think we're doing a land or a combined. If we had some ships out here, we would have supply to these boys, and that could do some damage. But to get there, we need to get through the doom stack, and that's not going to be easy. But we do have... Do we really? It's going to be a disadvantage for sure. So what's Italy going to do? Right now, the French only have a +2 shore bombardment here, so the Alpine here has 15. Yeah, no, we're not going to attack there. That much is obvious. I guess we're going to do a land with Italy. 1, 2, 3. Marching that guy up to Venice. And the same thing with the Germans. The Germans are wondering how it all went so wrong. Land. And the HQs only have the single movement point. Really annoying because Manstein has 3 movement points but can't really get any further here. We can move the 9-6 in there. Get the 7-6, 2, 3, like that. Wait, ground strikes first. Ground strikes first. Okay, everybody, ground strikes first. Okay. So, the British have range 1, 2, 3, 4. So Paris is definitely in range for British tactical bombers, including the French tactical bombers, obviously. That's going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. So the entire Royal Air Force also has range over Paris. It's winter, so we have -1 on the attack odds. We have 11 here. I really want to smack on Paris, but Paris right near here will have all the defense. 11. It's going to have 22 in defense, definitely. Provided all the air gets through. Which we don't want it to. This one here has also 22 before getting any tactical support. The tactical support here is somewhat weaker. Maybe the 3. I think now that Paris is in play, I don't want to put too much into other areas. So this has a 22 defense, unless we're just using these guys to attack it. In which case 17 plus 17, 34 against 11. That is better, isn't it? 34 against 11. It's either 4 plus 13 against 22, which is 2 to 1, or it's 34 against 11, which is 3 to 1. So no brainy math there. This would be the better attack from, but it's an assault because it's Metz, which is really annoying. And aircraft tactical factors are halved, which is annoying for the purposes of doing flipping. So instead of having the, we'd have a 2 on this one, right? 5 becomes 2.5, becomes 1. No, it's a 1. So 1 to flip anything here. So 1 is the best I'm gonna get right now. 6 divided 2. Okay, so this one could be a 2. But it's a, no. So 3 to 1, possibly 4 to 1 assault if Kesselring can manage that. We are very likely going to lose at least 1 unit in that attack. And the chances of getting a breakthrough are slim to none. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The British Air Force cannot get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They cannot get there. But the French can. I think we're gonna have to go for it anyway, because after that, it's just open terrain here. And we can outflank the goal and we can move and roll up the line, essentially. So otherwise, we'll have all the aircraft here. It's gonna be 13, it's gonna be 26 in defense. We have, what do we have? Manstein can increase the attack odds. We have 17 plus 14 plus 13. Suppose I could shuffle a little bit here so we get Voss into some action finally. So the 6-4 there. Voss over here. Rommel can also be there. So then we'll have 15 plus 14 plus 17. That gives us 46 against 26, which is almost 2-1, but not quite, on the assault type table. So, yeah, it's not very good odds. This is the better table, clearly. It is the weakest point in the line. With the tactical factors have, this would actually be 11-13, not 14. Alright, if this is the weakest spot in the line, let's see now, wait, 13, this is 11, this is 13, I can get 8, this is 8, so it's actually 4 plus 2, this is 8, 11, so it's 6 points. So the defense is actually not 26, it's 13 plus 6, it's 19. So it'd be 46 on 19, which still at 2-1 odds. We could shift it up to 3-1 on the assault table, which is still not so good. That's the problem with all those aircraft. Okay, this is the weakest point in the line, I declare. So we're gonna have to go here and do what we can on the assault table, which is horrifying and really annoying. Because of this, I will want to use a ground strike here. It's only a 1 or a 2. The French cannot allow that to go unintercepted. So we're gonna send the 4 and not the 4. I'm gonna send the 3. And this 4. So that gives us 5. And then Germany will send 1, 2, 3, 4. This one can reach. So can that one. 4. And I think maybe I want that one. So now we have 6 there against 5. That's +1 for Germany to try to clear through the bomber. Daka 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 again. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Daka daka. Okay, it's a 7 and 11. Okay, so 11 on the +1. Germany finally gets some results here. That is an attacker destroys. Attacker destroy AX. Defender front fighter or bomber. So for the first time in forever, a French fighter group is destroyed in the air. And the French rolled a 7, which I believe is clear through on -1, isn't it? Defender clears through. Yes. So after that intense air battle over Metz, it's decisive German victory, really. Nothing else you could say about that. Where's this one gonna abort then? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and these fighter pilots will return home to heroes welcome in Germany. Probably get all sorts of medals and perhaps even a weekend off in Berlin or something. Who knows? Let's see if the Stukas will receive similar accolades. We need 1s and 2s. Let's go. 1. That's a hit. And underneath, not a hit. But that was still a strong result. So the first unit is flipped, the 6-3. So now we have... I've done some shuffling with the units, of course. Let's see, we have more units to shuffle. And we're gonna do so. Like that. Prince Paul and his pals have 6-12 defense in the mountains. Very annoying. We have, and it's winter, 8, 16, 22 plus 14, 36 versus 12. That's 2-1. Not good enough, thank you very much. Okay, so here we then have 11. We have 17 plus 17. So 34 versus 11. I don't think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. 34 versus... That's plus 2, so 13. 2-1. But only if that guy gets through. We're gonna make sure that they don't. Let's go. I don't have enough fighter planes, as usual, in Germany. It's not easy being German, having not enough fighter planes. Wait a minute. Oh, that's stupid. Yes. So we used 2 fighters there. We have 3 fighters left. That's not enough. It's very annoying. Well, there are these units to escort over Paris. So let's go and escort these guys a bit like that. Another fight. Heck, these could even be bombers. Then we'd have 5 divided into 3 points to bomb in ground support. And 4, 5, 6 in defense, which forces the Germans can go like that. There is still the Royal Air Force left, so that's an intercept against these guys, and it's 0 versus 0. Intense air combat over Metz yet again. And it's a 4 on the 0 for France. Attacker abort, so there was nothing to abort. And it was, because we didn't actually send any Stukas with, 7 on the 0 is Defender clears through. Defender clears through, I think it's any one of his bombers. Yep, which is obviously going to be this one. So now we have 5, now it's a +1 for Germany. Six and a 4, okay. 4 and a -1. Attacker aborts defender, front fighter, or bomber. Okay. That's the only fighter that exists. And 6 on a +1. Attacker clears through. Wow. Okay. So they all get through. That was an abysmal result. Luftwaffe. Unfortunately. From a German perspective. So now we have... These guys are held. So that's 1 point and that's 1.5. So it's 2 points. So 3 points in total that will support here. So instead of 11, we have 14. Okay. So now we have 34 versus 14, which is 2 to 1. Minus 1 is 1 to 1. Kesselring will have to bring this home somehow. Man, this is a very bad attack. Kesselring will try to bring the odds. Okay, that is succeed. That's 2 to 1 because the winter on the assault table with a +1, and now the Germans are just in the rough. 3 is a 4. Ah, okay. We said a 2 to 1, didn't we? 1 to 1, 2 to 1. Yeah, okay. Yeah. So 1 unit each lost. It's gonna be a pretty darn good German unit. But it's also gonna be a decent French unit. This unit is 6. Yeah, we'll keep that. So an assault on Metz that leads on to casualties on both sides. And the French Air Force is almost completely tapped out. But it looks like the Maginot Line will hold for now. This unit is also flipped. Do I want to attack Reims? This impulse. I mean, it is winter and it's horrible. The aircraft tactical factors are held. -1 on the attack, and it's an assault. $13. We can get them up to a 20 in defense. So it would be 15 plus 14 plus 17, 46. 20 in defense. Puts us to a 2 to 1, which is 1 to 1 on the assault table, possibly 2 to 1 if Manstein works things out. Or Rommel. We do want to flip something here, but we don't really have anything much to flip with. Even if we did, there's still... It's going to be like a 1 to flip. If we brought in the aircraft to give us another 14 instead, 46 plus 14 gives us 60. Divided by those 20, that's 3 to 1, 2 to 1, 3 to 1. That is actually better odds. 3 to 1 is actually not terrible. Okay, let's do this. Which means an absolutely wild air combat, doesn't it? no holds barred. All the bombers are there, all the aircraft are there. Everything is just coming out. Dang it, I forgot that transport ship. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And the aircraft. Wainwright is in the action. 6, 7, 8, 9. 6, 7. It's going to be -2 for the Germans. Which is not really what we want to see. They are outgunned in the air right now. Biggest air battle so far in the war, definitely. Over Reims. Dufour. Oh, but it's not... that's the thing. It's 46, not plus 14, is it? Because this is not 14, it's 7. So it's plus 7 divided in 20. So it's 2 to 1, 1 to 1, 2 to 1. I can't math. But I am desperate, so, as Germany. So 7 against 6, 7, 8, 9. We're slugging up against 2 heavy fortresses here, basically. On the flanks. And that is going well. 8 on a +2 is nothing. But 5 on a -2 is defender aborts. Look at that. Defender aborts, defender aborts his front fighter or bomber. I think Wainwright is gonna go home. He has some engine trouble. That was a bit much. He's been hit, but not so bad that he actually falls. Okay, this changes the odds somewhat in the air. We have 7, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, yeah. So it's 0 versus 0 on the next round of air combat over Reims. Now it's a 5 and a 6. 5 for the Franco-British force. Defender aborts. Front fighter or bomber. It's going to have to be the fighter, I think. And 6 on the 0 is attacker clears through. Attacker clears through anyone defending bomber. Obviously the weakest one, which is going to be that one. Now we have 5, 5, 6, 7. So +2 again for the democracies. Oh, that was so close for Germany. And then it went completely the wrong way. 5 +2. Defender aborts. Defender aborts. Front fighter or bomber cannot abort the front fighter, so the bomber goes home. Had I resolved the 7? No. 7 on a -2. Can't be any good. Defender clears through. Clears through any one of his bombers. This one. And now we have yet again -2 +2. It's a desperate fight out there, and oof, that snake eyes from the Germans, that is gonna send shockwaves through the world. 6 on +2, attacker clears through. Any one defending bomber. The French and the British have completely lost control of the air battle at this point. This one will get through. And then we have a 2 on a -2, which is attacker destroys. Attacker destroys what? Front fighter or bomber? We're definitely going to destroy the bomber. I wouldn't say no to killing a fighter, but these tactical bombers have been an absolute pain in the butt. So yeah, we have another round, +2, -2, because there are still German bombers in the air. And now it's a 9 on a -2, is not going to do much, is it? Nope, it's nothing. And it's a 4 on a +2. Attacker aborts. Attacker aborts defenders, front fighter or bomber. We're going to abort the front bomber, obviously. Which is going to end up in Aachen. Which means that the air combat is over. There's nothing to fight over anymore after all the bombers are gone. So the fighters will go home. That was it for the Royal Canadian Air Force. Was also involved. And so was I think the entire Air Force of both sides have now been used. And more Allied bombers got through than German bombers. So we have 13 plus 4. That is 17 in total in defense. And we have now Convoys is involved. So we have 15 plus 13 plus 4, 17, yeah. 13 plus 14 plus 17 plus 2. 48. 48 versus 17 is almost 3-1, but not quite. So it's 2-1. And I think we're going to use Rommel to make the plans this time, because he has... It's a 50-50 for that, which is lousy odds. Am I going to use Rommel or Manstein? I really need the bonus, don't I? Because we need to get through here. Okay, but we're gonna be disrupted and disorganized. It's not a very long turn either. Ugh! Okay, let's use Manstein to bump up the odds. And that succeeds, so we have 2-1 on the assault table. We don't have any bonuses on it. It's just a straight up roll. And I roll a 1 because of course I do. 2 German units destroyed, nothing French destroyed. This is a disaster. Game over, folks. Game over. I think we can declare game over. This is the end of the campaign, honestly. Manstein is flipped. 2 infantry corps lost. I know it was a gamble. I know it was desperation. I'm gonna keep those face up. This one is flipped. It's also not completely safe to fly down these 2 guys to reorganize 2 more units. Who are those units going to be? We can use von Kleist here to reorganize this guy. And these guys. Oh man. Du jour is feeling good after his first combat during this war, the German casualties are catastrophic. Just about every HQ has been used to reorganize everything that can be reorganized, really. But all the lines held, both Metz and Reims held. That's what I get for not attacking the Gaulle with a blitz. But it's winter, so, you know, it's just hard to get through the lines whatever we do. The weather gods have not been merciful. Right. That is the end of that impulse. Move 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the second allied impulse. And I noticed that the Brits will have to do a combined. We're gonna send out this guy there. I want an aircraft carrier here. Yeah, that's okay. Why not them here as well? Since every single piece of Luftwaffe has been used, we might as well bomb Berlin without getting any interference from the Luftwaffe. Which is what we do every turn. That's a 1 this time. +1 on the 8 is 2, nothing. This time, they missed. We can also activate this one, which will go 1, 2, 3. No, it won't. Look at that. Yeah, so that's one step. Canadians are on board. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Gonna go get some South Africans. The Australians will move to here and be flipped. That's 2 moves out of 3 possible moves. And no, why is that guy flipped? Should be flipped. There we go. Then we have France. We're obviously not going to attack anything here because it's winter. And we're not that desperate. We can bomb them a bit. It's a 2. Bomb these guys just for now. We're going to keep them in reserve. We can do aircraft rebasing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get all the way there. From everything. This guy up there. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's pretty neato. Here we have a slight problem, but only a slight one. Put the no, we're not putting these guys here. And then 1, 2. There we go. Add reserves. We use them. Cannot do a counterattack, I don't think. We're not that desperate. We could, because now the British would be part of it. 12, 22, but that guy's flipped. So it would be 28 versus 17 in the winter. No, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Unless we attack this guy, because it's a lone 9-6 tank. 12, 24, 11, 24 plus 11 plus 13, 48 versus 9. That is 5 to 1, which is 4 to 1. Do we have a blitzkrieg here? We do not. It's going to be an assault. The goal could shift it up to a 5-to-1 assault. I want to do that because we want to kill that guy. Why didn't I just take Rommel as a casualty? Seriously? Couldn't. Okay. 4-to-1 +1. Okay. France is in good hands. Is it really important? Yeah, it is. So, the German units outside of Paris. Man, I am bad at playing Germany right now. I'm just bad at playing Germany. I have a feeling we're gonna redo this whole campaign because four to one assault, and I rolled a 6, so yeah. We have re-established a line in the winter against Germany. And there's nothing much to do in China. Roll to end. Turn doesn't end. Okay. Japan is here and ready to do things. So let's go. It's clear. It's a ground strike. But it's in the forest, so 1.5, that's going to be a 1. The Chinese will fly to stop that, of course, which means that we're going to put in all the Japanese fighters. 6, 7, 8 versus 4. Oh my god. Okay. No, we're not going to try to stop that. You go ahead and roll your thing. You go ahead and roll your thing. That's fine. It's just once. Not gonna risk the only Chinese fighter for once. Okay. Top unit is a hit. Okay, go figure. Wow! Kenji hits both units in a forest. Okay, he can feel very proud. I'm sure he's going to get, like, all the medals now. So these guys are a 3 and a 5. That's 8 together. And we have here 14 plus 12. 14 plus 12 is 26. We can fly in 4 more. 30 versus 8. That is 3-1. And Yamashita is going to try to bring it up to 4-1. And he succeeds. So it's 4-1 with a +1 for the Japanese. Which is a 5, which is a 6. So, yep, that is 2 shattered Chinese units, no flipped Japanese units. Just destroyed. And we're gonna have the paras and the 8-4 move in here. Into the forest. And that is not good at all for the nationalist line, because look what's behind here. It's Guiyang with a factory and a resource completely empty. The Chinese will have to back up. So that is the only attack the Japanese will be able to do this turn. Alright, we have Italy and Germany yet again. Okay. Italy is doing a combined. No, 1, 2, 3. Hitting the French convoy instead. Germany can also do a combine to get the submarines out. So 1, 2, 3. And we can do a strategic bombardment of Paris, or Lyon, or just about any place. There's no aircraft left to defend. So it's a 5 with a +1. We roll a 6, which is in fact a 7. 3! 3 money gone for France. That's a brutal bombing run made by the 4-engine bombers. Okay, so six units can now move. German units. Here. Move in here. Whoop. I have, what else do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. More tanks. I have a +1 to attack here. It's still winter. This is the better place to go. 12. And we have Blitz, because we just outnumber them with tanks. So 14 plus 17. But now I don't have HQ support anymore. 14 plus 17 is 31 versus 12. That is 1-to-1. No! We're not doing that again because it's terrible weather and it's winter and it's just bogged down. Not with any bonuses, we're not. So 16 plus 17 versus 12. But it's Metz, so it's assault. 16 plus 17 versus 12, so that's also 1-to-1. So again, we are out of HQs. Why did I send one up there? can bring him back easily enough. Should have done that long ago. I have not played Germany this game. That's all I can say. I have played the Allies well, but I have not played the Germans well. Apparently I'm better with defense than offense. Yeah, no, this is a sticky spot, that's for sure. 1-to-1 everywhere because of the weather. The goal really should be over there. And the Canadians should be over in here. There's apparently time still. I think Germany is a bit shocked by the fact that just crushed by that attack on Reims. Let's just roll to end the turn, shall we? The turn does not end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Another Allied impulse, which is very welcome for the Chinese. They really needed that. They are going to move people into Guiyang here. That's 2 units. Okay, we're going to move the 5 here behind the river. That's 2 units. There's not going to be any more attacks this turn against China, but yeah, we need to plug the gap there and make sure they can't get any further. There's even Japanese paras involved in that assault through the forest. As for the Allies, I guess... Oh, the Commonwealth will need to do a combined. Send out our good friend Mercier and his bunch. Mercer. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, 5. Okay. That's how it should be. There we go. I can activate 2 ports, right? What other port do I want to activate? None, apparently. So then I can definitely send these guys up here as well. Plug that escort problem. Yeah, we're going to get to a point where we can attack North Africa here soon. There isn't a whole heck of a lot the Germans, the Axis can do about it. Yeah, we're not going to get any further here, obviously. Feel pretty good about this situation. The French can send the Doom stack out, and since we did a combined, we actually get to yeah, so I guess the Italians are not going to actually attack the convoy. But we can do a port attack here, because the British did a combined. Do we have another aircraft carrier? Yes, we do. Okay, port attack time. See if it works or not. The British will try to port attack Taranto. Done it before, and this time one of them will do it again, which is the Gloucester. Glorious and courageous. Oh, that's a +1 to the Italians in the air. That didn't happen last time, did it? Let's see. Can the Regia Aeronautica redeem itself? I think it can. We had 6 on the -1, 7 on the -1. Defender clears through, there's no defender. And we have a 5 on the +1. Defender aborts! Look at that! The Regia Aeronautica comes to the British flyers and send them home scared from all the metals, small pieces of sharp metal that are flying in the air that are pretty remorseless, but actually don't kill too many of them. So light losses on the British side, still enough to deter them from attacking Taranto this impulse, this turn in fact. Alright. We'll roll to see if the turn is over. And it is! Look at that. That was that. The Allies no longer have a +1 on the initiative. Not sure if it matters. This seems like a pretty done deal to me, honestly. I think we can declare an Allied victory because I couldn't even defeat France. That's... Technically the war isn't over yet, but you know. I don't really see how the Germans are going to get out of this one. For Norway has some partisans, but it's not conquered. UK, Hungary, Poland, Italian East Africa, Australia, Manchuria, and China. Manchuria and China. Poland has 3 units in it. So let's have a look. Yeah, the Polish partisans are suppressed. Manchuria also has 3 units in it, I believe. Nope, that's 2 units. So Japan loses the money. And then we have the rest of China, which has 1, 2, 3 units in it. And the Chinese partisans are suppressed. Alright, what do we have next? Convoy attack phase. Yeah, no. Nobody's attacking any convoys this time. It's very uphill. It's 3-3. Let's check the tables, just in case. 3 subs versus 3 escorts with a -3. New. And here we have -2 against 4 escorts. 2 subs, 4 escorts, -2 still doesn't look good. No, we're not doing any convoy attacks this time. Thank you very much. US entry phase. Let's roll. 4. It's 1940, so we've had 3 years of war, so that's 4, 7, 8, 9, 8. +2, which is a +3. I'm gonna put those into Japan, just because. And that puts us to 23 against Germany, -27, no, 26 against Italy, and 16 against Japan. Which isn't a whole lot. It's gonna take forever for the US to join. Production phase. Okay, the US gets 10 money. -4. It's gonna cost 12, I think, to gear up US production next turn, right? Yep, 12. So we're gonna save as much money as possible, that's Americanly possible, so we can actually bid for that. Is there anything that absolutely has to be built? November, December 42. That's in a while, so no. That does not have to be built. It's now November, December 40, so anything that has to be in 42... Nothing has to be built here. Excellent. This is the moment we've been waiting for. We're saving all the money. Every money. For the gear up. Okay, Commonwealth has 21 money, that is plus 16 now. Commonwealth might have some stuff it has to build, aside from transports and whatnot. Yes, indeed, this one has to come in. So we have a battleship group that must be completed. It's the KGV and the Duke of York. That is 5 money. What do we have here? Oh, look at that! That's an aircraft carrier that also has to get in. Okay then, we have a lot of ships to build, clearly. Down to 5 money left. Keels for the Unicorn and the Attacker are being laid down, and those are terrible aircraft carriers, but they are aircraft carriers, so you know. Also, did we have a transport? No, we don't have a transport to build. Okay, do we have a convoy to repair? No, we don't have a convoy to repair. Okay. We did lose a tactical bomber. Shuffle, shuffle. Let's bring it in. I don't know if it's the same one. But it is a tactical bomber. So let's build it. So 2 ships, 1 aircraft. The French. 14 money. They are rich. -1 money. For the way things are going for France. Definitely building the infantry, obviously. What takes longer to build? A para or an armor? You know what? I think we have more use for a tactical bomber, honestly. Let's build that one. -9. France is doing surprisingly well. Barbarossa is delayed by a year, clearly. This was just absolutely terrible for Germany. Gonna have a vote with the community whether to continue this game or not, because it really looks like the Germans are done. So, +1 money for the Soviets. We can build nothing this turn, that's fine. The Soviets, they can gear up soon too, can't they? Nope, they cannot. It's gonna take a while. No, that was Japanese gearing limit. The Soviet gearing limit was an infantry last turn. China! This is poor Chinese. We gain every turn we get an infantry, so we continue building an infantry. It's a 3-2. It's a nationalist. The nationalists have been needing some reinforcements, so, you know, it's not a bad thing. Oh, Germany. +10 money. Needs everything. Oh, we still haven't our 2 paras even. I mean, that's 10 money right there. I need an offensive chit. There we go. I'm building an offensive chit. Just need it is what I do. German offensive chit on the way. It worked last time. Or it helped last time, I should say. Where's the offensive? Offensive chit. There we go. Boom. Offensive chit on the way. German. It's gonna come in May, June. Okay. Should probably build one next turn too. That means that Germany's building nothing this turn. That is not cool. We need to build things. Germany can go how much minus now? We haven't even used the entire might of the German production. Okay, so go minus 20. I'm building the 2 paras. Just because. This is maybe a mistake, because I need some points to do things politically as well. But the paras can come in handy. At least we keep a gearing limit of 2 infantry, right? And then we have the Italian production, which is miserable right now. So I don't think we're going to build anything with Italy. Even though I really want to build more naval bombers. Japan. Japan is the only Axis power doing well right now. Okay, that one has to start getting produced in September, October 42. No, 43. And that one 42. So why am I put them like that? March and April. July, August, September, October. So Japan doesn't actually have to do anything about capital ships. And this one has to be built next turn, but that's next turn. Okay, let's complete one destroyer. We have then 8 money left after completing one destroyer group. Comes in a very good time there, timely fashion. Infantry left to build. Some transports. Can never go wrong with a transport, but I don't know how much. I could build one more. We're gonna need the fighters. I think the situation right now is that Germany really wants Japan to just declare war on all the allies and conquer Southeast Asia. Take all those resources so the British don't get them. And the Japanese are like, that's gonna make America really angry. We have an HQ left to build. Why not? And it's Yamamoto, our favorite HQ. Okay, let's do that. Because we can. So Japan built one aircraft. Yeah, that's all the builds. Final reorganization phase. Nope, return to base phase first. And it's the Allies who begin again, of course. I'm gonna withdraw. Yeah, we're gonna pull them back there. We have these guys here. We wait with those because... No, I'm gonna not go through the North Sea with this unit, of course. 1, 2... Just land in freaking London. With the Canadians straight in. Boom. Then we'll keep those ships out here. These guys will return to Halifax. So they go down one step like that. And here, go home with the French. And those guys. These guys can go down one step. The Italians go home there. And we leave a couple of ships out there. A couple of ships out there. Let's go to the Rock. There. Two. And then we have the Australians. 1. 2. 3, 4. Right, then that's where to go. That's the, oh, that's the line there. So 3, 2, 3. Okay. Let's do final reorganization phase. Lots of units to unflip. Primarily all the air forces. The Air Force really held the line for France during this war, no doubt. I have not been playing well with the Germans, and I have been playing much better with the Allies. Sorry, Germany. Makes for a less interesting game if the main opponent is behaving really poorly. Oh. Have we flipped everything here? I think so. Unflipped? Nope, not quite. Tactical and strategic bombers. And now comes January, February, when it's even worse weather, possibly. Or better, or worse. I don't know. January, February. We have a -1 on the die roll, so it's probably going to be winter. Alright, that is what we've got. We have done all of it, which means that next time is January, February 1941. And who gets to gear up? The US gets to gear up. And apparently nobody else, I think. Everything else is 42. Yep. Alright, my friends, thank you very much for watching. The Germans were desperate, we gambled, we lost, and the front line is looking worse now than it did at the start of the turn, because I should have taken Rommel as a casualty, and I forgot about that completely, and then it was too late. And that's what happens when you don't think properly. Yeah, I think this is game over for the Germans. The Soviets can and should declare war on Germany, even though they don't get their infinite manpower printer. There is nothing Germany can do to stop the German or the Soviet advance, and that would be the end of that, as it were. So thank you very much for following. I'm gonna ask the community if the community wants me to continue, otherwise we might just restart this. I'll have to think and decide, but see you next week.